Well, okay, my friends, welcome back. We're just about finished on our worksheet, the sales report worksheet that we've been doing. Here's your documentation right here. On the documentation tab, your name would go right there, and the sales report down here, sales report tab. We have done a lot of analytical work in the upper left-hand corner of our worksheet. And the data that we have relied upon is down here. Okay, notice the rows and columns all the way across. Okay, Decembers, there's totals, there's even a calculated field over here called the average. And when you're looking across at the columns, how about the number of rows deep? Look, guys, if we go into the page break view, we're going to get a sense of what this looks like when we print it out. Look at the blue lines. The dotted blue lines are automatic page breaks. So this is what you'd get if you attempted to print the entire worksheet out. You'd get 6 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down here is 6. Okay, so the dotted lines that you're setting up here are the automatics. A solid blue line right here would indicate that this is a manual. This is a manual break. Now, when I specified the area that I wanted to print, this is where the manual break went in. Okay? You can imagine what kind of a rat's nest, if you will, of cut and tape this would be if you wanted to create some kind of report without actually specifying particular areas that you wish to print. So here is the printout strategy for this particular report. I see this as being on a page by itself. This is a print range right here, up here from A1 to F, maybe 24, 25. Then here, this worksheet is a separate area to print. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count this as a sheet to print, okay, one sheet to print, and then I'm going to specify this area, but I will determine where the manual breaks will be for printing, and I will specify what data in this print area goes on which page. Okay, I'm telling you right now, we cannot get all of this information, even in landscape, into any readable format. So what we're going to end up doing is two portrait pages of data that have the same across the top, the same column headings, and then because we're cutting this thing right here in the middle, I'm going to use these rows right here, this information right here. We're going to print it on the first page, and when we print the second page in portrait view, these two columns will print again so that you don't get lost with what information is in each one of these individual rows. So here we go. I'm on page EX115. If you're following along in the textbook, follow along. This is going to go very quickly. The very first thing I'm going to do is change the zoom level of the worksheet so that it makes it easier for doing a little bit of selection. Here's our zoom level right here. So we got to make it just a little bit smaller so that we can see the worksheet itself. My goodness. All right, well, I'm going to do this anyway. It'll be, I'm going to show you what it looks like right here. In the name box, I can keep track right here of the name box itself, or maybe I'll just type in here, A1, A1, colon, F24. Got it. All right. And then the non-adjacent ranges, because I need to get another range right here. And the next one's going to be A25 to P49. Now that does require holding down the control button. Remember, control gives you control. And this is A25 to all the way down here, okay, to F to P49. A25 to P49, done. Okay, two separate range areas right here that we've selected. On the ribbon, click the page. Step number 3, on the ribbon, page layout tab. Step number 4, in the page setup group I, click the print area button, bang. All right, and then let's set the print areas. So got this. Remember, we have two non-adjacent print areas. So let's see what happens when we say set print areas. Guys, there it is right there. The print areas change. Okay, first of all this gray area right here indicates that it won't be printed at all. Then the other thing is, take a look. The blue bar shows the areas that will be printed. Unfortunately, now that we're seeing this, we still see these automatic page breaks in here. Not a problem though. Let's go ahead, now that we've selected this, click A1, okay, to deselect the range itself. Let's change the zoom level up. Okay. And so here is the first thing we want to do. We're going to put in the manual breaks themselves, leaving the borders alone though. Let's get rid of these automatic page breaks. It's as easy as this. When you click on the page break, click and hold, just move it off, it disappears. Here's another one right here. Let's click and hold, move this one off. No. Okay. For this one, we're going to reset this one. I want to have information for January, February, March, April. See this? I want to draw it right to here. June. Okay. Now we've specified here is a break right here. Okay. So just to go over that one more time, because we did deviate a little bit from the text, all I did is drag them. I just grabbed this break right here and I just dragged it. I just moved it from one column to the next. Had we decided that we actually didn't want to just drag it, we could grab this page break right here, just move it off of the sheet, and now we have none. We would place our insertion point any place in any column right here, knowing that when we put our page break in, we're going to insert a page break. The page break itself, let's put it right here in the correct one, the page break is going to occur right along this line. Okay, so I'm going to insert, let's see, move my insertion point to I-22, go to page layout, go to breaks, insert a, and this is a page break now. I don't have to worry about it. It's a page break. Bang. Okay, and so there. We have now repositioned a manual page break right here between the June and July. So now, getting ready to print, you can see in this sales report worksheet, the company name and the slogan currently appear on the first page of the printout. They do not appear on subsequent pages. Also, the descriptive row labels for the monthly sales table in column A do not appear in the third page of the printout. So what I'm going to do is add print titles. Okay, so this is the concept here. Print titles to fix these issues. It's going to go quick. Here we go. On the Page Layout tab in the Page Setup group, click the Print Titles button. And that's all there is to it. Yeah, just fill in the blanks, okay? And that is, read this right here. See where it says rows to repeat at top? I can drag select A1 to A2. Okay, so I can go right in here like this. Go A1, A2. Rows to select, bang, A1 to A2. Got it? There. All right. Or I could type it in. Huh? Columns to repeat at the left. Okay, so here's the columns also. See these columns? We want this column and this column. So we're looking at A and B columns. All right, if you type it in, it would look like this. It would look like $A, $B. But watch this. A, B. The dollar signs are automatically put in. So I can type them in. Okay, I can stroke them in. The other features that are available to us over here on the side, the other print options. Okay. Also, there's an indicator here that tells you exactly in what order these pages will be printed, and the normal order is pages that are printed top to bottom. Okay, and that would be 1 and 2, then 3, then 4. All right. Page setup, print preview, first page looking pretty good. Second page, notice across the top we got column headings across the top and the same title for the report showing up, and also here we are. Well, okay, and I know there is one more thing, and yes, I definitely went over my 10-minute self-imposed limitation for each one of these training tutorials. We do have to talk about creating headers and footers. Okay, so creating headers and footers is Excel EX 119 if you're following along in the text. Let's go ahead and create headers and footers. This one is really easy to do. Page setup. And right here, here's the information we need for setting up the page to include the page margins, headers and footers, information about the sheet itself. So in page setup, headers and footers, guys, everybody knows here that the cover sheet does not have the same information, and that is usually you don't have file names or even page numbers on a cover sheet. This is why we're going to select over here different to first page and click different first page to select it. This lets you create one set of headers and footers for the first page and another set for the rest of the pages. In the custom headers, custom header, okay, on the header tab, type in file name, okay, file name, okay, and right up here at the top, let's insert the file name itself. Insert file name, okay, hit the tab 2 times. If you notice, the header is divided up into thirds. The left portion, a center, and a right. By tabbing, we're now into the right portion, of the page itself. Okay, and we're going to put in here the date. There you are, date. Okay, having done that, then let's switch over to clicking OK. Okay, this is the header. First page header is blank. Okay, let's click OK. Let's go to the footers. Okay, custom footer, and the custom footer itself here. First page footer blank. And in the footer section right here, let's just put down here. In the center section, let's just put page. Okay. First thing we do is we type in the word page, P-A-G-E, page, space, and we put in here the page number, space, of, and the number of pages is the next little icon to select of pages. Okay, so we're going to leave the left section blank and the right section blank. Going to click OK and clicking OK. And so this is all we have to do to actually create the individual headers and footers. Page 1, any headers and footers? No. Page 2. Ready? Up at the top, you're going to find file names. You're going to see across the top, you're going to see file names. And date, and then number of pages down here. Okay, so that should just about clear it up. Okay, everybody, you're on your own now. What we've done then is covered, okay, the actual printing of a worksheet to include print titles, as well as including, when we do our printing, headers and footers. That's all I have to say for now.